I think one of the greatest appeals about staying at certain restaurants is that for me, is that they have an omelet station, and I've sat there and watched chefs create an omelet based on the toppings that I chose, and I just sit there in awe watching them because I'm like, oh my god, they turn out so beautiful, and they flip them over and it's perfect. Well, I've tried to replicate it at home. Oh my gosh, I post about it on Facebook that especially if you put tomatoes or spinach, which I love in my omelets, it turns into this big gooey watery mess. It turns into this big scramble. Obviously, you're eating the same thing, but the presentation's not the same as if you go somewhere. So I've tried and tried and tried throughout the years and years. People who've always been like, oh, I know how to make them great, and I'm like, wow, how do you do it? And they try to tell me, well, I'm one of the people who just, I need to have directions and I need to have something to follow. And then once I get it, I feel confident. Well, I got the Sandy Max 30 um, on Friday. And the first thing I do anytime I get any Beachbody program is I read everything over. I would say probably about 80% of people don't. I know when I got P90X, I didn't read everything over. I think it's partly because of excitement and just because people don't want to sit down and take the time because a lot of people don't like to read. They're busy and it's overwhelming. But for me, I read everything over because of the fact that I want to know that I'm doing everything correctly. And then for me as a coach helping other people, when like I said, 80% of the people don't read it over, they need my help deciphering what to do. So I read it over, and I will say, not to get off track, that Insanity Max 30's nutrition guide is very simple, very easy to follow. It is so similar to 21 Day Fix and PIO nutrition guide that I have been following since February of this year. So for me, it's great. I don't have to switch gears or change my way of eating or change my calorie level because in the past it's been hard when I moved from program to program. They've always been so different. This is pretty easy. If you have the 21 Day Fix containers, even better. As I was reading it, I really like that with Insanity Max 30, they have different guides. They have a simple layout. Then they have sample meal plans for people who need more direction. They have a guide for if you're eating out at restaurants or even if you are having to eat at fast food chains or different cuisines. And then in the back, my favorite part was there was a do-it-yourself salad and omelet bar, and it tells you step by step how to make an omelet. So I tried yesterday and I got it done. And I will say, by far, it's the best omelet I've ever made in my whole entire life. It actually resembled an omelet. So I tried it today and I timed it. From the time I took everything out of the refrigerator and started cutting everything up and cooking it to the time I sat down, 7 minutes. So significantly, I got better and it looked more like an omelet than it did yesterday and way better, significantly better than before. So my point is that so many people out there have tried different things. They've tried different weight loss and methods, and I know that I tried lots of things from the time Haley was born in the end of 1999 up until I found Beachbody in 2012, and I was at the end of my rope when I found Beachbody. I'm like, this isn't gonna work, just like everything else hadn't worked, and I'm gonna return it and get my money back within 30 days and take advantage of their 30-day money back guarantee. But what Beachbody has that other people don't have is, everything that you need, support and direction and step by step, and somebody there to talk you down off the ledges when you're ready to just say, this is absolutely not going to work. This is, I'm failing. And that is how we're designed. And so understanding that, something as simple as the omelet, but it's like practice makes perfect, and having step by step directions and just trying it that one last time. Sometimes you're at the end of your rope and trying it one last time, you may get it. And then as you practice it, you become more confident with it and you get more experience, you get better. So I want you to really think about that. If you've tried to lose weight in the past and you've tried to do this and that and it didn't work, don't think that failure is final and that you can't get better at it. Don't give up. Something that's important to you or something that you love as much as something so simple as a omelet. Don't give up and ask for help. Everybody learns differently. Everybody does better. For me, it wasn't just watching somebody make an omelet, but it was seeing the instructions and exactly how you need to do it. I got it done, and now I'm going to be able to create beautiful omelets anytime I want. And it sounds silly probably to some, maybe to people who get it and have been making awesome, chef-like omelets, their whole entire life. But for me, I'm excited. So the thing is, no matter what you've been trying, keep trying different ways to learn it. Keep practicing and never give up on anything you want, because it will be worth it. And something little like that will definitely boost your confidence. So, and I also encourage you to pick up your nutrition guide and your fitness guide that came with your program and read it over, because if you're having a hard time struggling reaching your goals, it may not be the program, or it may not be that you suck, or that you're a failure, or that you just have to, you know, be stuck in the body that you don't like, but it's that you're not fully prepared and you're not utilizing all of the program guides and tools that come with it to help you succeed. So I hope this message made sense to you and maybe resonated something to help you give whatever it is that you've given up on one last try.